Hey Shine Squad, back with another video. I have some exciting deals from Qatar Airways. Let's get into this. So it's that time of the year once again when everyone is planning their December holidays and trying to figure out where they'll go, what airline to use. Why not make it a dream trip and plan it with Qatar Airways? I'll show you how. But before we go into that, the Shine Squad asked me to demystify flying business class. So I'll try my best to do this by using my business class flight experience from Nairobi to Thailand, Bangkok, through Doha, Qatar. So what is the difference between flying business class, first class, and economy? So the differences between flying business class, first class, and economy are many, but the major influences are the following. The first, price. But don't worry about the price because, like I said, I have some great deals from Qatar Airways. When it comes to flying first class, business class, and economy, the price influences a lot. Of course, economy is the cheapest, followed by business class, followed by first class. On to the next thing, onboard service. Onboard service is simply when you're flying, during the flight, the service you get. So the service you get in economy, in first class, and in business class is so different. However, the variations are not drastic. In some cases it's drastic, but not too drastic. So like in business class, for example, in first class, you have the opportunity of using a sky bar, you know, like a lounge or a bar area. If you've watched my previous videos, you'll see that in one of my flights, there was literally a whole bar, you know, with a bartender and waitresses and servers and all that. And that brings a huge difference because economy, you cannot access the bar or the lounge. Only first class and business class can access. I mean, they can access, but it's not available to them because you've not paid. In most airlines, the cabin crew will be more personalized and more in tune with you when you're in business class or first class. In economy, they're still in tune with you, but there is a slight difference. Still under onboard service, the food is different in economy and in first class and business class. How it's presented, how it's put together, the menu, what you're offered, how you're offered, how many times you're offered. The next thing is ground service and amenities. So what is ground service? Ground service is simply when you are on the ground before you take off and take your flight to wherever you're going. Where do you wait for your plane or to board your flight? As you wait, that service you receive as you wait. Normally when you're flying economy, most probably you'll be waiting closer to the boarding gates. So there's children around, running around, adults walking about, servers, cleaners, airport officials walking around. There's just a lot happening when you're seated by the boarding gates. Another thing is it's not so enclosed and comfy and cozy. And in some airports where maybe it's quite airy, you may feel a bit of a chill, or if it's too hot, you may feel hot. It's not as comfy and as cozy as waiting in a business lounge. When you're flying business or first class, you'll wait in a lounge where it's a more intimate space, it's more better chairs, more comfortable seats. So you're not waiting outside with the rest of the people. You're really in an exclusive area. You have Wi-Fi, you have food, all sorts of alcoholic options. You have services such as boarding call. What is a boarding call? A boarding call is simply before you board your plane. Let's say you wanted to take a nap in the business lounge. Let's say you wanted to sleep or you wanted to work and you don't want to keep looking at your watch or your clock. If you're in the business lounge or the first class lounge and you're working or sleeping, they come and wake you up. So you don't have to sleep and wake up and check your watch or check the time. You just sleep, wake, and they wake you up and tell you the plane is about to take off, so wake up and go and all that. So that's another service you get to enjoy. Still under ground service and amenities, you get to enjoy showers, private washrooms. When you're waiting with in economy in the closer to the gates, you don't get to experience that. It's not quiet. First of all, I forgot to mention the noise from the aircraft sometimes can be loud when you're waiting near the boarding gates. So another advantage of waiting in the business lounge and in the first class lounge is that it's quiet, it's peaceful, it's lovely. And I want you guys to experience that. So I'm gonna hook you up, but you have to keep watching to see what deals and offers I have with Qatar Airways. So you have private showers, you have soap, you have towels, like you can sleep there, you can shower there, some business lounges have nice, you know, quiet nooks and areas and cabins where you can sleep and just lounge before you board your flight. When you're waiting in economy, that is not the case. The other major difference is the seats. Of course, the economy seats, the first class seats and the business class seats are so different from one another. With the economy seats, you'll probably be elbowing a couple of people next to you, and they're really compact and packed next to each other. But with business class and first class, you'll have like your own private a larger seat. First of all, it's a bigger seat and your own private space, you know, with no one elbowing you and everything. And you can even have a divider between you and the person next to you, or you can choose a seat that is a window seat that is by itself at the window, and you have your own, you know, private space. And with Qatar Airways, they have introduced these amazing Q suite seats where it's like literally a suite in business class. You literally feel like you're flying first class because it's enclosed. This is new for Qatar Airways. Now, I haven't experienced the Q suite yet. Qatar Airways, hashtag contact me. I want to try the Q suite. And the seats, first class is completely private. It's your own cubicle with a door, and it's just luxurious. Now, I haven't flown first class. Again, Qatar Airways, if you guys are listening, send me those tickets. The other thing is luggage allowance. Luggage allowance is simply how much luggage you're allowed to carry from your city to the next destination. For example, with Qatar Airways, business class is allowed 65 kgs, whereas economy is only allowed 45 kgs from Nairobi. So that's a huge difference. Flying business gives you that added advantage where you're allowed to carry more luggage than in economy. Also, first class is the same. So those are the major differences between flying business and economy and first class. Price, onboard service, ground service, seats, and luggage allowance. Now that you know the difference, let's make it practical. Let's take a flight from Nairobi to Bangkok through Doha. So let's start with boarding. So if you're boarding your flight from Nairobi, Kenya, and you have booked your flight with Qatar Airways business class, you will definitely wait for your flight in the Aspire Lounge in Nairobi. Aspire Lounge is a business and first class lounge where Qatar Airways passengers wait to board their flight, and there you get to enjoy all sorts of luxuries. I mean, it is just endless. Here's what it looks like. So it is located in the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport in Terminal 1B. Here you get to enjoy all sorts of food, alcohol, services, Wi-Fi, servers. It's just a beautiful, wonderful experience and a great place to wait for your flight. Now, as mentioned earlier, if we were in an economy situation, that would not be the case. Like, we would be waiting out in the cold or in the warm sun with noise from the planes and people and children running around. And there it's really, they even have a dress code. You know, it's exclusive. That is why I am here, to ensure that you get to experience the perks of flying with Qatar Airways business class or first class. And by the way, Qatar Airways won the Skytrax Award of 2019. So if you want to fly business class with Qatar Airways and experience the perks and the sophistication and the world-class service, click on the link in the description box below and just follow the link and book your flight ticket with this link. And you'll be able to book with ease because their website is just amazing. Their service is amazing. It's user-friendly. Everything is just great. Affordable flights to various destinations from Nairobi. The world's best airline award, the Skytrax award. I mean, the Skytrax award is simply, if you win the Skytrax award as the best airline, you guys have made it, like you're on top. So why not fly with the best? Like, I want you guys to experience the best. I even love their slogan, Qatar Airways, going places together. Okay, back to demystifying business class. So as I mentioned earlier, one of the things I like about flying business class is that you get to be called for your flight. So we're still, remember, on the journey from Nairobi to Bangkok through Doha. So we've been called for our flight. It's time for us to board. When boarding, you actually have this exclusive queue where you queue with first class. Business class has their own queue, first class has their own queue, economy has their own queue. Business class queue and first class queues have this carpet rolled out. You have exclusive service, you have personalized service. It's just a different experience, and I really want you guys to experience this, so click on the link. So once you're on board and you're seated in your seat, you're given amenities like a bag which has eye shades, lip balm, socks, a toothbrush, just things to help you freshen up and everything throughout the flight. Wait, I think I have a bag. I found the bag. So you get a bag like this, and in this bag you have all sorts of unique amenities that help you get through your flight, such as socks, eye shades, Qatar, face hydrating mist. Let me tell you guys, taking care of your skin while on flight, like Qatar Airways thinks of this. Like, I love this. This thing hydrates your face. You just spray it on your face during flights, because you know, in flights you can your skin tends to get dry because you're high up in the sky, and in the cabin it's just dry air, and sometimes it can feel so uncomfortable and irritating for the skin. But this Qatar Airways they think of everything. You know, you just spray it on your face and you feel like you've washed your face. But when you're flying business class, you don't even need these amenities. Like, these are even extra luxuries because you actually have access to a beautiful bathroom. Anyway, we'll get to that. Then they also give you lip balm, anti-aging moisturizer, cream moisturizer. When you're flying business class, another perk is that you don't even need the toothbrush and everything. Like, when you go to the toilet on the plane, you already have a toothbrush, you have toothpaste in the bathroom, you have this little lotions and everything in the bathroom. Is just on a different, it's much more different and more classier and sophisticated than the one in economy. So the business class and first class bathrooms and toilets in the plane while having your flight are also different. They also give you a set of pajamas and slippers to wear. After you settle in and you're familiarized with your seat and the buttons and the amenities, you start to immediately experience the joys and the luxuries of flying Qatar Airways. So from my experience of flying business class with Qatar Airways, they always have a pre-departure routine. Pre-departure, first of all, means that before the flight takes off, like before the plane, you know, goes up in the air, they always have this pre-departure routine which is consistent, and I love it. So first of all, the cabin crew goes seat by seat, greeting all of you individually. They're smiling and they have these upbeat personas, and this constant smiles just make you feel like these guys really have my back. It feels so personalized, and I have to say and give it to Qatar Airways. When it comes to flying business class with Qatar Airways, the personalized feel is just out of this world. Still on the pre-departure routine, after the cabin crew greets you and the captain of the cabin crew has greeted each individual in business class, they offer you a pre-departure drink. It can be tea, champagne, rosé, wine, juice, water, anything you want. And then they also offer you your choice of warm or cold towel, and then you buckle up and you take off to your destination. So once you've taken off and you're at cruising altitude, the cabin crew come again and they offer you a menu. a drinks menu, a food menu, a snacks menu, and a wine list. So what happens is you can order your food immediately, or if you want to sleep or read, you can give them like a time or like a time frame and tell them, look, I'd like to sleep for, I don't know, 5 minutes, or watch a movie or something, so serve me after 30 minutes, or serve me. But you have to pick your food items so that they know that by the time they're coming to serve you, you had ordered this, this and that. And you can order a 3-course meal, you can order snacks, you can order, like, it's in business class and first class, it's really open, like you've paid for it, so why not? Like, you have endless options, endless choices. Unlike in economy, the food also, how it's served, it's not served on plastic, it's literally served on cutlery and utensils with napkins, like napkins that are actually fabric and not tissue. Another perk is that you have access to the sky bar or lounge, but this depends on the aircraft you have. In some aircrafts they don't have a bar, but in the A380, which is what you're seeing now, they have a sky bar and a lounge, and it's really well done. Their theme colors are burgundy and gold with a bit of gray here and there and some white and beige, and it's just beautiful. And when you look at it, you can really see that they thought of style, space, design, and comfort. Like, it's amazing. The next thing with Qatar Airways that I also love is their entertainment. They have the Oryx One entertainment system that has a huge variety of movies, TV shows, music, kids TV programs, audiobooks and music. They also give you a pair of noise cancelling headphones, because in the plane, during your flight in the cabin, it can get quite loud. So just to bring you back, remember we have left Nairobi, Kenya for Doha, Qatar to go to Thailand. Although Thailand is our end destination, I'm sure you're wondering, why do we have to go through Doha, Qatar? The reason is because Doha is the hub or the home airport for Qatar Airways. The same way Kenya Airways, their home airport is Nairobi Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, or their hub is Nairobi Jomo Kenyatta Airport. And then from there you will connect to another flight. So from Nairobi to Doha, get off the aircraft, go to the business lounge, wait for the next connecting aircraft that will connect you to Thailand from Doha. So once I got to Doha, I had to wait for my flight for about maybe 2 hours, my connecting flight. But the joy is that I got to wait for my connecting flight at the Al Murjan lounge. Now this is the main Qatar Airways lounge, where it's in Doha, and it's just beautiful. It's huge. They have spaces, they have prayer rooms, they have eating areas, dining areas, sleeping areas, family areas, game areas. They even have private showers. You can sleep there. You can, as you wait, you don't have to wait, because some flights are quite long and you're sweaty and you are with people in the plane and everything. So it's really nice to just have a place where you can check in and relax. So after freshening up and eating and relaxing at the Al Murjan lounge, it was time to take my flight to Bangkok, and soon I was on my way to Bangkok. I arrived in Bangkok, Thailand, and soon after my holiday, which you guys have seen some of the footage from my holiday, it was time to come back to Kenya. And the process of coming back is pretty much the same. You have to leave from Bangkok to Doha to Nairobi, but this time the only difference is that I was not waiting in the Al Murjan lounge or the Aspire lounge in Nairobi. I was waiting in the Thai business lounge, Thai Qatar business lounge. It's called the Qatar Airways Premium Lounge Bangkok. It's really beautiful and I love how it's done. So I did a mini walkthrough. There's food, there's beautiful sitting areas, reading nooks and all that. So after some hours, I was given my boarding call once again, and after the boarding call, boarded the flight and I was back to Doha, back to Kenya, and that was the end of my holiday and my flight. So I hope I have answered most of your questions, if not all of your questions, about business class with Qatar Airways, because most of you send me emails and messages asking what is the process like, how different is it from economy. So I hope I've helped to demystify this whole business class flight experience with Qatar Airways. I would love to hear from you all. Write to me, text me, hit me up on Instagram, slide into my DMs on Instagram and tell me what is in your mind and what you thought of this video and what more you'd like to see and what questions I can help to answer. Be sure to check out the link in the description box below for great prices with Qatar Airways and a great booking experience with Qatar Airways online. Be sure to check in with me between now and December as you book for your holidays. Make it a great trip with Qatar Airways and let's go places together. My Instagram handle is @Sylvia_Uchi. Check in with me there also. Write to me if you have any questions concerning flying with Qatar Airways, business class, economy class, first class. I would be glad to help. Now remember, we're all diamonds, some in the rough, some polished, but we're all precious and we can all shine. Bye.